Hi, this is Gareth, or See Me Scrolling. I just wanted to create a quick guide to scrolls. There are some excellent tutorials here, and well worth going through, and I certainly would advise doing that. But for the moment, what I'll do is I'll go through the basic concepts via the skirmish mode. What I'll do is I'll just choose the easy opponent. There are 4 resource types. There's order, there is energy, there is decay, that's a growth and decay deck, and then growth. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose growth. Growth is basically very aggressive, it's an enchantment deck, but we'll just have a check it out. Loads of beasties in there. Okay, now Scrolls is basically a card game, a collectible card game combined with a board. Now in most games, actually let me look at this here, right, let's choose a new starting hand, and that's even worse. Okay, excellent. Okay, now what we have, rather than mana, if you've played Hearthstone or Magic before, mana would normally generate in Hearthstone via automatically, and in Magic it would normally be a separate card. But in Scrolls, what you do is you actually click on the scroll itself and then sacrifice the scroll for a resource. Now when you do that, it will then appear here and it will show how many resources you've got. Now unfortunately I've only got scrolls that are worth 4, 5 and 3 here. What you do is you actually accumulate enough resources to be able to sort of buy the card itself, to play the card. You'd click on it and you'd place it on the board. But for the moment I can't do anything, so I'm just going to end the turn. Now the idea of scrolls is you need to destroy 3 of your opponent's idols. These 3 here. Now, he's placed, what's he got? He's placed a Gravelock Raider on the board. Now you can see here, it's got 1 attack. Whoops! It's got 2 health. And it has 2 countdown. That's not working so well, that's highlighting those. So that means it can do 1 damage, it can take 2 damage before it gets destroyed, and also it will attack every 2 turns. Now with most other collectible card games, what will happen is you'll place a card and you won't be able to use it that turn, but then every turn after that it will attack. But with this, it will only ever attack every 2 turns. Whereas this one, again, every 2 turns, but this one here, that will attack every turn. Okay, so what have I got? I've still not got a huge amount. This is a great start, isn't it? Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, I'm playing against an energy opponent here. So he's playing Gravelock. Right, now let me just click on... Now the expert players will be looking at this and screaming at the computer saying, no, don't sacrifice that one, sacrifice something else. Now you see I basically just clicked on the scroll and then sacrificed for another resource. I can play an enchantment, and if ever you want to actually look at a scroll, you can click on the spyglass and it will bring the information up. For instance, this enchantment is enchanted unit gets +1 attack and +1 health for each stag heart on the same side. So you basically then would click on to the creature itself and it would suddenly be enchanted with that. I don't want to give him a boost, so I'm not going to do it for him. So let's go. Okay then, so what I'm going to do again now is I'm going to choose a scroll. I'm going to sacrifice it for a resource. Now you see that basically now I have 3 resource points that I can spend, which means I can then click on this Earthborn Mystic and place her down. Now the Earthborn Mystic has 2 attacks, so we'll do 2 damage. It has 3 health, so therefore can take 3 damage before it's destroyed. This one actually is going to do 1 damage, so bringing me down to 2 from 3. And attacks every 2 turns. What a lot of creatures also have is extra abilities, like enchanted creatures you control have +1 attack. So if I put one of these creatures down, enchant it with a stag heart, it will also get another +1 attack. So the actual creatures themselves work well together. What can also happen is once this Earthborn Musticker gets down to 0, which means it can attack, it would mean that I can actually draw an enchantment as well. If it does, it takes 1 damage, so there's a payoff there. Right. Now, what you can see here is this creature is going to attack on the next turn, which is the reason why it's flashing. I can't really do anything about it. Hopefully it's not going to boost its attack and therefore hurt her. The board itself, what we have here, as I said, we've got the 5 idols. Each of them have 10 hit points, so therefore once they've lost all 10 hit points they're destroyed, and you need to destroy 3 of those to win. Because this is about positioning, the center row is very important. The reason being is if you control the center row, then your opponent has to split their forces on either side, and we certainly don't want to split the forces because it means it weakens them. So what I'm going to do, I can't do any huge amount now, so I'm going to click on end turn. He's going to simply attack me. That's all he's going to do. Okay, excellent. Right, now I can now sacrifice for another scroll. I'm going to get rid of the Stag Heart. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to get rid of the Wetland Ranger. Now, as I said before, what happens is the countdown of a creature will reduce each turn. So you can see that this one is going to attack the next turn, my next turn, and this one's not going to attack for another 2 turns. This Ragged Wolf has 2 countdown. Let's have a look at it. It has 2 countdowns, so it'll take 2 turns before it attack. However, it also has haste. So it means that when I place it on the board, like so, it's going to immediately attack. So that's very nice. Very nice instant damage. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to move her back. The reason being is the energies sometimes have spells that will hurt both of those if they're connected to each other. And I'm going to actually click this enchantment and place it on the wolf. There are 4 types of scrolls in scrolls. There is creatures, there is structures, enchantments, and spells. Spells are instant. They'll have an effect and then they'll go away for the next turn. Enchantments are permanent, so you can click on here and you can see this enchantment is attached to this particular creature. If this creature is destroyed, then they will actually lose the enchantment as well. Structures are like creatures. You can place them on the board and they will have an ability normally, and certainly health and possibly even attack, but more often than not they can't actually move. So those are the blockers. Now with a lot of collectible card games, what will happen is you'll have, for instance in Hearthstone you have Taunt. Oh, there we go, sorry, I actually buffed him up as enchant. Oh, I buffed up his enchant, which actually gave him the enchant, which gave him extra attack, which means he instantly was able to kill that creature. Unfortunately, my poor old creature there was hit with a spark, which did 2 magic damage. Energy is filled with horrible spells like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move into the center there. Rumble is no use to me. Now, what I could do here is I could actually get another resource point, bring myself up to 5 resource points, and then play a Kinfolk Veteran. Now, I'm not going to do that for 2 reasons. One is because if I do that, it means I'll have no scrolls in my hand, and you never want to be in that situation. This is one of the skill points in the game, is deciding whether you want to sacrifice for a resource or for a scroll. The other thing is that the Kinfolk Veteran has haste as well, just like the wolf does. So if I place him down in the center, which is always good, and my opponent puts a creature here or here, I am not going to be able to move to kill over those. So it's a nice one to just place it straight onto the board and then attack. So the other option that you have is to actually get 2 more scrolls, which is what I'll do. And what I have here is a Breaker and a Crimson Bull. It's a spell which gives me +2 attack. Everything that turn gets +2 attack, but nothing going to be attacking, so there's no use. So I'm going to place the Breaker down. Break it down! And what you can also do... Have I moved him? Did I move him? Yeah, I moved him back. That's why I can't do it. Now, creatures can move 1 hex per turn. This is the importance, as I was saying, of the actual center row. If you're there, you can move both those directions. So certainly it's about controlling the board, it's about making sure that your opponent can't take control. What you essentially want to do is you want to try and group up. Certainly with order, you'd normally be grouping up your creatures there, just to try and get control of the board. I'm probably repeating myself there, sorry. Okay, done that now. What's he doing? He's placing a machine priest. Okay, cool. Now, what I want to do is the machine priest has no attack, as it says there. Machine priest does not attack. It has 2 countdown, and it has 4 health. Now, what it does do is it gives structures and automatons you control have +1 attack. So just it being about gives extra attack, strengthens your opponent. So I want to try and get him off the board. An important factor of this is the idols themselves. Even though you need to destroy 3 idols to win, the idols don't hurt you. These creatures do. If you let them build up, then basically you're going to have problems. Okay, so now what I can do here is I can move the wolf to there. I can leave that one there, and I'm going to sacrifice the Crimson Bull for a Kinfolk Veteran. I don't necessarily need to do this right now because he's not going to be doing anything for another 2 turns. However, it's always possible he might actually put a structure in front of him. So let's kill him while we can. Okay, so what he's done is he's put down a structure, an artillery. Oops. Now what this will do, it's a lobber, so it has 1 attack, 2 countdown, and 4 health. Generally you'll find that structures have large health because they work as blockers. Sorry, as I was saying before, what will happen is you'll have in Hearthstone you'll have taunt, for instance, which means that you have to destroy that creature before you can then attack the other ones. In other ones you'll have spells which will be cast that mean that you can't attack other creatures. In this, you literally are in front of the your other creatures. They literally block those creatures. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to sacrifice for 2 more scrolls. And I think, because I have 5, I'm going to put down 2 creatures. So I'm going to put down Earthborn Mystic and a Kinfolk Brave. Now Kinfolk Brave is quite powerful in the fact that it can attack every single turn. It's quite weak in the fact it's got 2 health, but certainly it's not too bad there. So hopefully what's going to happen now, this one is going to kill this one. So that's going to kill that one. And that one has been boosted again by my Earthborn Mystic. Okay, cool. So let's kick some automaton. And he's going to kill... There we go. You see, that's the problem with having 2 health. He's going to give him some jip. Right, now. Vader of the Wild is what I would have loved at the start. I'd love to have that in my hand to start off with, because I could have played him immediately, and on the next turn he would actually have given me 2 growth automatically. Just by him being on the board, he would have given me an extra growth point, which means I'd have gained a certain advantage there. At the moment, he's no use to me at all whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice some scrolls, and it's always worth deciding what sacrificing first, because then it gives you all the options you can have here. Sometimes you'll want to move, sometimes you'll play a spell before you sacrifice, but you have to give yourself as many options as you possibly can. Right, now again, I have 5 resources. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to move the Breaker to there, I'm going to move her to there, I'm going to put the Ragged Wolf down there. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because that is going to be 1 attack, 3 attack, and 3 attack. So this is where we've got 1 and 3 equals 4. It's going to kill that, and that 3 is going to kill that. So maths is fun, boys and girls. That should now allow me to destroy all those. I can put my Nog down as well, which I'm going to do. I'm going to put that there. Now, against a proper opponent, or certainly hard AI, you wouldn't do that. Because I said there's a certain spell that energy has, which I'll cast it on that one, and it'll do 2 damage to that, and everything else that's actually attached, sort of in a line, like a chained lightning spell. Okay. Pew, pew. I am victorious. So he's going to burn. Ah, right. He's done again. You see those spells? 3 magic damage, and also means you can draw a scroll. Okay, so now the situation we're in is we have quite a good setup here. We haven't got as many scrolls as he has, but we've got more resources and we've got more units on the board. This is very important, having units on the board. Now I'm going to leave Breaker there, and I'm going to move that wolf to there, and I'm going to get rid of the Nog because the Nog's not that useful to me at the moment. I'm going to give the Breaker extra 2 attack. I'm not going to cast that just yet, there's no point. As you see, I've actually now damaged that idol. What's he going to do? See, it's very annoying. Very annoying. Right, I only need to do 4 damage to that idol there, so I'm going to pick that off. Move him back. Now, Striped Fangbear is a initially quite a weak unit in the fact that it's only got 1 attack. 2 countdown's not bad, it's kind of average. 4 health is good. However, if my opponent has humans on the board, suddenly I get Relentless and 3 attack. Now, that essentially means it's a 4-2-4, and Relentless. Let me click on it. So when a relentless unit destroys another unit, it keeps attacking with its remaining attack value. That may seem a bit confusing to start off, but you'll get an idea of it. This is a useful fact of this, is because if there's any keywords that you're unsure of, you can always click on it and it will give you more information there. So I'm not really sure that I need to have the Fangbear. Now certainly on some decks what you'd be doing is you'd be sacrificing for more resources to try and get the more powerful scrolls out. However, what I'm going to do is go for the same thing here. I've got 5. Right, okay. So, what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to Stag Heart this one, because it then takes them out of some of the spell range, the 2 damage spells. And also what's happened here is because Stag Heart, as it says here, each unit that gets that has Stag Heart will get 1 attack, 1 health. But it's also on the same side, so suddenly I've got +2. +2 attack, +2 health, +2 attack, +2 health. If that makes any sense. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put down this Mystic, which gives +1 to any enchanted units. And suddenly I have a lovely, lovely bit of damage there. I probably should have done that before, because I'm now wasting 2 attack. Right, okay, so going through there. Blah, blah, blah. Now he has got 8 attack. He's finally put a unit down. He's got 8 attack, so certainly I want to move him to there. As I said, essentially if you've destroyed the middle idol, it means you're in much better control than the others. So you can actually just move them like this, and then suddenly you've got a much stronger attack. I've probably made a mistake moving that one to there, actually. It was silly, Gareth. Actually, blah, 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 no, I haven't won yet. No. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move those 2 backwards, and I'm going to put the Kinfolk Veteran down. Now you see I'm moving these around, even though they're actually no use at this moment in time, but you have to be thinking 1 or 2 turns ahead. Okay. Pew! Okay, so he's blocked off, as he should do. He's blocked off this particular section here. Actually, you can see where the lobber is going to damage. As you can see over here and here. It also would be there and there. That's what the lobber is going to damage. That gives you a better idea of where you need to move away. So this one, for instance, in future matches, I could just move to either one of these spots. Whoops! Did I mean to do that? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I have won. The reason being, all I can do is just do, that's going to be 2 damage to that, 2 and 4 to that, to me, to you, to me, to you. I put down, let's see if I can make something out of this. No, okay. There, and that. Oh, 1 point of damage away from destroying that one. There we go. I've won the game. I'm best in town. Okay, there we go. And that is Scrolls. Now, if you have any questions, just give us a shout at gareth@scrolls.com, or go to scrollsguide.com and basically post there asking for more information. Well, have fun.